Congratulations for receiving this award. I wanted to ask you kind of how you got into coaching to begin with.
Okay, so coaching has always been well, tennis has been a passion of mine since uh, a young age, but I didn't have formal lessons. I just actually got a book out of the library and learned how to play tennis. And then anyone that would listen to me, I taught them how to play tennis because I was in a small town in South Georgia with limited tennis courts. And then just that's how it all started.
That's wonderful. And is there anything in particular that has kept you in tennis and coaching? What is the best part about it?
Well, just the love of the game. I love being in control of my destiny with a tennis match. And when you're playing for a team, you're always competing with your teammates to get a position, and it's not up to a coach to tell you how good you are. You have to do it on the court, and I think that's I've played team sports um, and individual sports, and I always, kept coming back uh, to the individual sport of tennis. It was just something that filled filled me with passion and made me know that I could do what I wanted to with it. It was totally up to me. I had the tools to be a tennis player, but I had to be the one that was going to be determined, how far I went with it.
That's wonderful. I love that. I've can absolutely relate. And is there anything that you tend to teach your players more than, is there a certain lesson that seems to come up a lot on the tennis courts or related to tennis?
Well, the one well, there's several things that I they teach me a lot, but on the other side, I do uh, convey to them that a lot of kids will say to me, "Oh, I'm going to come out and play tennis for you, and and I want you to make me a tennis player." And my response to that is, "You come out, and we will give you the tools to be a tennis player, but ultimately, you will make yourself a tennis player." Um, and that's what I like about the game. Now, go back to your question. The one thing that I've liked about tennis that I'll carry with me forever, and I always cite this, that the relationships that I have built through this vehicle of the game of tennis. And I just am so thankful that I decided to pick up a racket and stick with it.
That's wonderful. Is there anything that you would like to say about receiving this award from USTA South Carolina?
Oh, I'm so appreciative of the award. Um, Awards are great. Um, they just kind of we don't work for the awards, but when somebody does decide to tap you on the back and say, good job, then it's so much appreciated. I thank a lot of people in the state of South Carolina. Rex Maynard, I especially thank Bobby Ostel for considering to put me up for the award because without people, um, doing the work, then awards won't be given. So um, I thank all the people in South Carolina, the USTA South Carolina for continuing to promote tennis and making it a great sport for a lot of people. And let me just say that on our tennis courts at Clinton High, we have character traits posted on each court. And every day, the girls and the boys have to look at those character traits. And I tell them that, your athletic ability will one day fade, but those character traits and those things that make you who you are will continue throughout your life. You will take those with you when you're no longer here on earth. That people will remember you for your character, and that's one thing that I not one thing, but that's some of the things that tennis does do for individuals. It brings out their character.
I love that. Is there anything else that you would like to add or to say before we finish the interview?
Well, I just had to give a speech recently, and I've just been blessed to have. I'm outside. I've been blessed to have a good home support system. My husband has built a good life with me, and I appreciate that. I have had a good community to serve, and I've had athletes that work hard for themselves, they work for each other, and they work together. And what I always say is the athletes that I have been blessed with, um, they work for each other, and most importantly, they work with each other. So I have just been blessed, and my cup runneth over.